Hello friends. So in the previous session we studied about how to send a post request. Okay. So here in the body we send the data of the post in the form of a string. Okay. So you can do this way also, but it is not recommended when we are sending a post request. There are multiple reasons. One reason is that suppose uh, you have to send different post requests with multiple datas. Okay, different datas. So you have to always update this string file. Okay, and we know in the automation this is not a good choice. Okay, here we are working with 3 parameters only, but in real scenario there can be 10 or 20 parameters. Okay, so writing so much a big string, creating and handling of that string is very tedious. So we don't work with this way. We work using the objects. Okay, what objects? What am I saying? Like here, if you see body, you can see we can give the body by byte array, by file argument, input stream, objects, string we use. So now we will be sending the body in a form of an object. Okay, now how we will send this? Let's study. Okay, now this is a post request which we'll be studying. Okay, let's copy this and open our JSON viewer. Okay, let's paste it here, and we will be creating a jar file or a class file for it. Okay, so let's make a new folder, a new package, that is API testing.com.org.classes. So in this we will be keeping the classes. So this is our first class, and let's say we will name it as this is a post request, so we will name it as a new class and we will name it as a posts. Okay, now what this class is capable of handling? It is capable of handling an ID, title and an author. Okay, so we will be creating this class file, that is private string ID. Okay, private string title and private string author. Okay, these are all three variables we have created. Now we will be creating the functions to manipulate this ID, that is we will be creating its getter and setter methods. So let's first work with the ID. We will be giving public string, okay, and we'll be making get ID. Okay, so after the get statement, this get statement will be returning this ID, that is return. What you need to return? We need to return this ID. Okay, now this was the get method. Now we want, if we want to set this ID, for that public, the return type would be void. Okay, and set ID, and then we need to pass the string value which we need to set, that is string ID. Okay, and where we want to set? We want to set to this ID value. So the current variable is represented by this dot ID. It represents this ID. Okay, and ID. So this is the get and set method for this ID. Similarly, we have to prepare get and set method for a title as well as for author. Okay, so let's write public string get title return title. Similarly, the set request public void set title string title and this dot title is equals to title. Okay, and then the get and set method for the author. Public string get author and it will return author. Okay, and corresponding set method public void set author and this dot author is equals to author. Okay, so we are done. Set author. Okay, I need to pass the string as well. String author. Okay, so we have prepared a class object for the post. Sorry guys. Yeah. So I have prepared the class object for the body part here. So before, in which we send the body in a form of title, now I have prepared a class object for it. Okay, so I can make an object of this class and I can send a post request. Okay, let's see how we can do that now. Okay, and the test public void test 03. Okay, so first of all, we need to create an object of this class. That is post. I will name it as posts. Don't be confused. Post request is different and this post class is different. Okay, it's just a coincidence that this name is same. Okay, so don't be confused that it's a post request object or something. And new post. Okay, now in this post we need to set all these three IDs. Okay, so before we were having these IDs. Okay, let me refresh it. Yeah, this was the database. So this was the two IDs which were having. Now we will add a third ID to it. So we have make an object, then we can use post dot corresponding set method in order to set all these three variables. So first of all, we need to set the ID. ID we want to set is 3. Okay. Next, we want to set the title. Okay. So I will saying object posts request by object. Okay, and then the author. Set author and let the author be myself only, that is WebHub. Okay, so we have make a Java object. This is the Java object which is having all three these values. So now let's send a post request in a similar way, that is given
Okay, when as we have studied that for sending the post request we have to specify the content type, and in our case the content type is JSON. Content type is JSON. Okay, and then we need to specify the body part. Now in the previous case we send the string, now in case we have an object, okay, we have prepared an object. So we will be seeing this object and the object name and the post request. Now what's the post request? This is my post request. Yes, posts. That's right. Okay, so this will give me a response object, response RESP, and let me print this response as well. Response through post object. Normal cases we just check it is returning true. We normally check whether it is returning the status code as 200 or not. Okay, so response. Okay, so this is it. Now we are sending the object. Now it has various benefits here. First of all, the code looks very neat and clean. Okay, so any point of time you want to change a value, you can set the value. Now after this, let's say you can again want to send a post request you with a different ID, so you can just set the ID again. Okay, and you can send another post request. While in case of string, the maintenance of the string is very large. Okay, so let's execute it and see if it's running fine or not. Run as, sorry, this is the one, JSON server requests. Okay, it's asking me to save. Title 1 2 resp dot, it has to be, anyway the command was successful, and let's see the database. It is asking me for to reload. Yes, 1 2 and 3. The ID is 3, title, post request for object, author, above. So we have successfully updated the post request in our database. So this is how you can handle with objects. Okay, so that's all. So I will recommend you to try some more these post requests. Okay, listening to these videos won't help you to actually learn the API automation. So after watching, suppose if I write one test view, and after you view it, do practice it yourself. Okay, if you find any issues, then again watch the video and then practice again yourself. If still you are not able to do it, then do ask me, or in the discussion forum type your query. Okay, but please practice them. Without practice them, you won't be able to perform, because when you are working in real projects, you will be getting the API which are more complex than this. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.